Yep, it's me, Denny Down Bad, with another Apex Legends video. And in this Apex Legends video, we're going to be talking about, Gibraltar, and why I think he is still the best legend in Apex Legends. Now here we are on World's Edge, and you're not playing World's Edge if you're not landing in Fragment, apparently. So that's specifically where we're going. Well, not specifically, but specifically we're landing this construction building. Y'all know construction. But yeah, I think that Gibraltar is the best legend in the game. Now there is some competition between probably Gibraltar, Valkyrie, maybe something like I don't know, maybe a third character somewhere in there. But I think top two, we can agree it's Valkyrie and Gibraltar. And I think Gibraltar is number one because he brings, in my opinion, he brings more to the table than Valkyrie, in my opinion. But as you can see, the Spitfire does not save me there. His dome kind of saved me there until I got drop shotted on. And this Rampart right here, speaking of characters, Rampart, if you're seeing a lot of Ramparts, don't worry. It's probably because she got a buff this season, and as you can see, she didn't play that too smart. Rampart got clapped. Yeah, if you're seeing a lot of Ramparts, it's because she got a buff, and she's kind of been pushed forward this season with the meta. But back on Gibraltar. Gibraltar is the best character in the game because he brings so many things to the table. His dome is great. His ult is great. He takes less damage when being shot at because he's one of the bigger characters. He has an arm shield that helps blocks incoming damage, so headshots aren't as easy. Like, he's basically a walking tank, which is a nice, useful thing to have in a game where time to kill can be really fast. Like, you can get mowed down with an R99 really quick in this game. But you may not one clip a Gibraltar with an R99. Especially if you're hitting that arm shield. And his survivability is really high. You know, his dome is actually, there's so many things that has been added with his dome. Like, it's already undead breakable. It blocks incoming and outgoing damage, so you can't shoot through it unless you're like Maggie, which is the only direct counter to him. Like, unlike other characters that have, you know, multiple counters to one ability, I think Gibraltar only have 2 counters, right? If I'm not correct. Maggie counters his dome, and Watson counters his ult, his airstrike. I don't know if Seer can counter either of those. I guess he can probably counter one of those before it gets thrown out, but other than that, he only have 2 great counters, while multiple other characters can have multiple counters. As you can see, Caustic, I didn't even get to kill Caustic because, you know, that fortified perk, 15% less damage taken. So, but you're gonna see here how pretty useful I think Gibraltar is, because this particular game, I don't think we would have won this game had I not been playing Gibraltar. Had I been playing any other character, I think we would have lost this game. See right here, boom, one hit with a Mozambique, and then this particular scenario, they bust down the door. I literally just chucking all at them. They're scattering. People going down. And boom. Gibraltar's ult just immediately come down. It's not like Bangalore's ult, where Bangalore's ult can, like, you know, it'll come down. It'll like linger there for like 1 to 2 seconds and then it'll explode. Now Gibraltar just throw it, does a warning, and if you're still there, too bad. Boom, 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 boom. So, as you can see right here, Spitfire. But yeah, I think Gibraltar is not only just the best legend in his class, you know, the defense class. He's the best legend in the game because there's some very strong characters in this game, we know, but I don't think anybody's Gibraltar strong. Like if you have a 100% pick in ALGS, like that character is probably that character is probably pretty strong. Like, and Gibraltar doesn't even really need a meta to be considered strong. Like, some people are saying Rampart's the best character in the game because this season it's been kind of a Rampart meta, especially in ranked. All the LMGs are accessible pretty much, and it's kind of like a sit down and camp out in ranked type game. I disagree. Yeah, Rampart's better. She's still not even top 5 in my opinion. Rampart's still not even top 5. There are 5 characters I can definitely take over Rampart. Gibraltar, Valkyrie, Bloodhound. I take a Watson over a Rampart. If we're talking about locking down a building or locking down an area, I take a Watson. And probably throw in any like movement character. So yeah, even though this is Rampart's, this would probably be considered one of Rampart's strongest season. She's still not even top 5 for me, and probably not top 5 for a lot of people. But Gibraltar doesn't need a meta because that's how strong he is. That's where characters like him and Valkyrie and maybe any movement legend. Like, and you're about to find out later in the game that had I not had Gibraltar, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Had I had not Gibraltar, I straight up countered Rampart in this game. Spoiler, I straight up countered her with Gibraltar. It's just, if you need a meta, like remember Octane Rev Push, Jump Pad Red Push? That was a meta for a while until they nerfed him. Like that was probably Revenant's strongest season, and look where he's at now. Like, who's out here using Revenant unless they want to play Revenant for fun? So if you need a meta to be considered a strong character, you weren't a strong character. Like, that's just how it is. But back to the gameplay. About what, 4 more squads left, and we're kind of just roaming around, really, like not really going anywhere. Well, we're going places. Like, I feel like we're not running to places, but I hear footsteps right here, and yep, there's a person. I think it's Octane, cause that sounded like Octane footsteps. So it's probably Octane around. I'm gonna go flank. They get shooting and he runs. I shoot him right. I shoot them right in the back. End up running. No, I think this is the Octane. Or this might have been another Octane, or I don't know. Multiple Octanes, probably. The game gets down to 3 squads, and this is where I thought the game was gonna go off the rails. I thought the game was gonna go completely left for us because none of us are saying anything to each other about anything. Nobody's on the mic. Nobody went in the text chat yet. So we have kind of this unspoken, like we have kind of this unspoken thing, and then boom, somebody's engaged. I'm like, oh, well, like for some reason I thought them saying stuff in text chat was gonna throw off our entire chemistry. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe I'm just superstitious about something. I don't know. I just thought it was gonna throw off our entire chemistry. Then one of us was gonna go out and do something stupid. But no, we kept it together. We end up, I don't even know. I guess we just, there was a care package to our right, but I think we end up going to the spot right outside of Fragment. I don't even know if it has a name. Yeah, that's the lifeline package over there. So there's a care package landing right next to us. So yeah, they immediately want to go opposite direction. I'm like, yep, this is where it goes off the rails. But no, we all end up going over to where the Horizon ended up going. So you know, we're backing each other up. I find the ultimate accelerant, so I'm just like, you know, I should probably use it. So I'm looking, waiting to find out where I can throw this. Fuse end up just breaking the door and doing a little bit of damage. I throw down a dome just in case you want to throw another knuckle cluster for some reason. And I didn't get anybody, but I did something. I don't know what I did. I guess I just used the ult just because, but Gibraltar's ult comes down pretty fast, does a good amount of damage, and it stuns. That's a good ult. His ult is, I don't want to say his ult is the best in the game, but I guess I think you'd have to consider it for best in the game. But Lifeline's getting harassed, so I guess we end up relocating, I think, unless we take on a squad. I'm kind of like, where do I go? Because even playing Gibraltar, like, I'm not even good with Gibraltar. I don't main Gibraltar. I'm not no Gibraltar expert, but his utility is just too good
Ring closes in a minute.
to not have. Like, obviously you're gonna play your main. You're gonna play a movement legend or legend with, like, there's a lot of Octane mains, a lot of Wraith mains, a lot of Horizon mains, a lot of some Ash mains, you know, movement characters. Because, you know, movement is one of Apex Legends' key things. Valkyrie mains. Movement is one of Apex Legends', you know, defining traits. So people are going to gravitate towards that, not towards a lumbering tank too many times. You know, they're going to choose the movement over the... So yeah, for having fun, Gibraltar probably isn't it. But if you want to win, you know, you should at least try Gibraltar or consider him. And with this rank season, I think Gibraltar is just as useful as he's ever been. So third ring's closing, still 2 squads left. I thought there was gonna be more squads by then, but hey, it's World's Edge. It's World's Edge, so I guess I may have expected a little too much. But as the ring's closing, I guess I'm looking out if they decide to look left, but Horizon almost gets cracked, so I'm kind of just running over like whoa. So I just start. So anyways, I started blasting, right? I'm not hitting all my shots. I throw down my dome. I'm just looking to blast somebody. I'm missing most of my card shots. I get melted. The dome kind of helped me there. I don't know if they ran out of bullets and need to reload, but I get behind this rock, trying to hold it together, get it together. So I need to regroup my team. They're kind of like, hey, want to attack over here? So I'm like, yeah, sure. So we're all next to this rock and this lifeline pack. And this is where things get a bit hairy. So we're kind of behind the rock, and then I get absolute. I don't know how I didn't die there. But hey, 15% reduced damage and a dome, and I don't end up dying. I'm surviving. So when people talk about survivability, let's say I was right there. There is no way I would have been able to phase out good enough. And this is what I'm talking about. Rampart immediately gets countered. I throw an ult. There's nothing Rampart can do about that. Rampart alone cannot do anything about that. So we move her off that off of her turn and her thing and her walls, like immediate counter. Like I just survived getting blitzed and immediately countered another character right after that. That's why. That's just one of the reasons why he's the best. Like any other character wouldn't have been able to do that. Bangalore wouldn't survive getting blitzed. Yeah, she might have been able to counter Rampart, but I wouldn't be able to counter Rampart if I'm not alive. And Lifeline, this Lifeline, that's not even this Lifeline. I think Lifeline is still useful. Does she need some buffs? Yep. Is she still useful right now? Absolutely. As you can see, the Rampart is no longer here, and there's only one squad left. I don't even know what happened to the third squad, but I guess they're gone. Lifeline is still useful. Some people say Lifeline should get her shield back. I honestly think that would be redundant. You would be making one of the characters, either Newcastle or Lifeline, completely useless if you give Lifeline her shield back. Because Lifeline would be able to res and have the shield and be free, while a Newcastle wouldn't be able to do any of that, making him irrelevant. But this last squad, this last fight ended up confusing me because they went down there. I thought there was lava down there, so I'm thinking, why are they in the lava pit? So I'm like, screw it. I end up going forward. Wraith ended up sliding across me. I'm like, oh lord. And then Mozambique to the face. So I don't think we win that game if I wasn't playing Gibraltar, because that Rampart either would have tore us up. Yeah, I think that Rampart would have probably tore us up, and probably a couple of other instances would have happened. But I mean, this game just reminded me that Gibraltar is one of the, may not be the most fun character. That's probably one of the movement legends, but he is one of the best, like bar none. I didn't even have to do that much damage either, just so slightly over 1,000. But great team win, great game, in my opinion, showcasing to me why Gibraltar's one of the best. But other than that, I thank you all for watching this video and listening to me ramble on. I appreciate it. It means something to me. I'm trying to get rid of all this Apex content. But other than that, thank you, and it's been Ding Dao Bad. I'm out, guys.
This is where it ends.